Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for dealing with all sorts of fun technology opportunities, as Heather just said earlier. We are so excited to share the new TimeWise 3D foundations with you. Lori and I have been talking back and forth on Voxer for a couple weeks now, just like crazy maniacally excited about the opportunities that this foundation is going to give you as a business owner, if you're a Mary Kay consultant or a director on the live with us, or if you're a customer or consumer. You might just want to nerd out just a little bit on all of the information that Lori is going to share, because these foundations are game changers. They're game changers for your faith, they're game changers for your business, like they're just game changers. So our goal here today is to equip you, to give you peace of mind, to create confidence that creates excitement. So that is what we're going to do. And there's no better person in the world to do this with except for world renowned international makeup artist Lori Hogg. So we are just super excited, super thrilled. And I've got some different things, like different questions I'm going to ask her as a makeup artist that really knows product and knows Mary Kay. So like she knows everything, but then her specialty is Mary Kay. And that's just like, it's all the things. So first of all, a couple stats that I found, Lori, when we were just talking about foundation change in general, because some people like change is super scary. It's not at all exciting. It's really weird. And there could be a lot of, I guess, angst is a good word to change something that already was really good, because I was already a fan of our foundations. So, but these are some statistics in the marketplace. 80% of women are wearing the wrong color foundation. 80%. Here's another one. 91% of women are unhappy with their foundation. Wow. So here we go. TimeWise foundations to the rescue. Here we go. Okay, so Lori, talk to us. One of the big differences that you and I have been talking about is consistency. Like, what does it feel like in your fingers? What does it look like on your face? Talk to us a little bit about the difference in consistency and how to maximize the consistency.
Okay, so the consistency right now, guys, is like satin on your face. And what Mary Kay has done is just rewired everything, everything, everything. So in my opinion, they've created one of the most flexible liquid foundations that I've ever seen on the planet. Okay, let me repeat. The most flexible foundation I have ever seen on the planet. And like, here's why though. So you all know when we're going foundation hunting, if you will, you're with somebody or you're doing foundation with your client. We'll put on some foundation. Maybe the client wants more coverage. Maybe they want less coverage, but they love the texture. And you're like, well, you know, with this bottle, it one size fits all, if you will. It's very hard to get less or more coverage from the bottle. Less, you have a chance of diluting it too much, watering it down and causing shine. Adding too much goes the polar opposite. Pasty, cracky, dry, dehydrated. So we did a little experiment this weekend and it was amazing, you guys, amazing. My assistant and I both applied foundation. We're both different tones, but of course we use the same bottles. She likes a very, very sheer coverage, like more sheer than a CC cream. She even feels like sometimes CC cream can be heavy. And I was like, wow, you know, because that's a really sheer coverage. And I, on the other hand, I like concrete, okay? Don't worry about what's behind this makeup. Mind your business, okay? Like, so I like coverage. I will let you see what I want you to. So in my opinion, I'm sitting here going, well, we're about to see with this, how far we can stretch this foundation and exactly how much we can get it to perform. So we gave my assistant, she had the newer foundation brush. It was the newest one with the angle that just came in the set, the amazing synthetic hairs. Oh. So she tried that, and I tried the brand new liquid foundation brush, or we wouldn't say liquid, the brand new small oval foundation brush that just came out. And oh my gosh, you guys. So what I discovered really quickly was that we no longer need to change foundations due to coverage. You know, you don't need to go, well, this one just only gives me so much, and now let's move to a cream to powder, or let's add a mineral powder foundation, maybe a little concealer, and it'll bump up the formula. That day is over with now. So what you need to do is utilize your tools. 110%. There's no reason for you really to jump out of another foundation because you're not enjoying the coverage, because now that means you just need to change your tools. So if you have all three of those tools, you can accomplish all of those looks. Three tools, meaning first one would be for more sheer coverage is the new foundation brush that's round, but the one that's in an angle. So it was in the Mary Kay set. That's going to give you your sheer coverage. Your medium coverage is going to be getting that amazing blending sponge wet 13 times under the sink. You guys know, squeeze 13 times underneath that sink. Okay, cheer note. If you spray the sponge with finishing spray before you start applying with the foundation, your foundation will stay on for a month. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So, side note. Now, the third brush is the brand new Mary Kay liquid foundation brush, or cream to powder. Kind of does everything. So, side notes, y'all know how it goes. You know, you can use that brush for contouring and highlighting too. Oh, kind of amazing. If you haven't tried that, I'm serious, you guys. Tonight, lock yourself in the bathroom and play. So with those three brushes, you can get the, I'm going to a soccer game, but I don't want to be undone, but I don't want to be too done because it's hot outside. You've got the medium coverage of, you know, it's a play date. Again, don't want to be too jazzed up. And then you have the beast, which I love, which brings it in any time, all the time, every time. So when I was looking through the ingredients, one of my favorite little guys, I was so happy to see this ingredient in there because I was wondering, like, where are we getting this feel from? What is giving me this satiny effect? And it's the silica in the foundation, guys. So in a nutshell, silica gives a silky effect to anything that it's inside of. The translucent powder is mainly silica, and that's why you get that unbelievably soft, smooth application. So I am all about these foundations, and I'm really, really, really getting into the tools, and you guys will be shocked, shocked, shocked. So your homework tonight, y'all got to go in your bathroom, get all those tools together, and play. Just pick a part of the face and apply and see how it goes. Sound good?
Oh my gosh, Lori, that is awesome. So the new one, this blending, do they call it a blending sponge? Is that, no?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
The brush or the actual sponge?
The new one, what's the new brush called?
5 seconds. I have like 9. I just got them.
Seriously, I'm like, how come I didn't bring that into my little room here? Because I am telling you what, like, I used to have to put concealer or under eye corrector or something over the top of that foundation, our old foundation,
right. So
hot treatment. I don't have to. What is that bad boy called?
Oh, that's genius. The blending brush. Amazing.
I mean, so creative.
Right.
Where did they come up with it?
I mean, it is what it is, though. I mean, that's like, I should have known that. But yeah, so it's my favorite tool right now. Easy.
It is so cool. And the bristles, like I thought it was a sponge when I first got it. And then I'm like looking closer and it's little tiny brush hairs, super soft. And I'm like, I don't have to use concealer over the top. It's just full coverage.
Amazing coverage.
Amazing, amazing.
I kind of feel, I want to say that usually a mineral powder foundation brush has like 14 to 16,000 hairs in it. My guess, I'm just guessing, don't hold me to it, but my guess is this brush is easily over 20,000 hairs, which is going to give you that insane buffing ability that any other brush really can't do unless it has that many hairs. And they're so fine. So streaking, anything of that sort is completely out the window. This brush won't allow it.
Yep.
Not happening.
And it's so quick. The way, I mean, like I just applied it and I was like, oh my gosh, it just completely, just so fast with the full coverage. It's just not that beautiful concrete, don't look behind the curtain, you know, kind of thing. It's really quick and you don't have to spend so much time creating that look, which is wonderful. Okay, so that is, you guys, so don't worry because it feels thinner. And I think there was a little freak out of, oh my gosh, this isn't going to give me the coverage that I need when it's completely the opposite. It gives you more flexible coverage, as you said earlier. Oh, they want you to show the brush up close on the camera.
You guys, okay, let's see, let's get it.
That's
It is
awesome.
amazing. It is amazing.
So
Phenomenal.
cool. So
Phenomenal,
cool.
phenomenal. Yeah,
How do
y'all
you
can
want us
see.
to clean it, Lori?
Okay, so you all know the Mary Kay brush cleaner is my favorite. You all need that Mary Kay brush cleaner Monday through Saturday, every party, every time. I don't want to say every time you touch your face, but because it is for liquid creams to powders, bacteria can set in pretty quickly. So I personally suggest cleaning this at least every 2 days, depending. Now, if you use a lot of foundation, you might want to give it a good clean once a day, but at least once a week, really get in and go down and give your brushes a deep cleansing, deep cleansing. You guys know what I prefer? Dawn. People are like, what? Yeah, Dawn. It's what they use on natural disasters when it happens around the waters and ducks and penguins. So if they can swim off and be okay, my brushes are like happy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, and just so somebody asked, the new foundation brush retails for 16 and our new foundations are going to retail for 25. So there we go. Okay, so let's transition into matching because these are completely different. Like just, start over again. And so I'm somebody who just thrives on change. Like I
Yeah.
love change. It's an obsession. Just I want everything to be different. Well, these are different. And you open them up and you're like, I no longer know anything. And so now I have to relearn everything. So they are
Yes.
now numbered in intensity. We've got ivory, beige, bronze, and then we have cool, neutral, warms to back them up. So it's a three-part matching. Tell us a little bit about just our new system and how we're going to
Cool.
want to learn.
Right. Okay. So this is what we're just going to go with, starting with the warm, cool, and the neutral. Because the biggest panic is, but now you all, this is the biggest panic with even artists across the world. Artists out there, don't get mad at me. I'm talking about at the beginning when we didn't understand this, okay? So it is a very difficult, it's easy, but it's difficult because you can kind of overthink it. So put it this way, we're going to break it down as simple as possible. Do you know that majority of women know if they're cool or warm? On accident, okay? But it's just as simple as this. How many of you like to wear silver eyeshadows? Not me. Heather, can you pull off silvers and grays? Like
Yeah.
espresso. Okay, cool. Bada bing. Okay, cool. So those we would like to consider more of our cool girls. Sound good? Now, warm girls. How many of you like to wear golds and bronzes and much more warm toned cinnabars? Okay, we love some cinnabar. So that is going to be based more on your warm skin tone girl. Okay, and right in the middle is the neutral, and you're like, who is she? The neutral girl. Again, she's the one who goes, well, that's weird. I can wear silver or gold, just depends on what we're talking about. Right, there you go. So that would be our neutral girl, and she is the one who gets to swing back and forth with no punishment. So us warm girls that try to wear cool tones, you know how that turns out, and it is not a masterpiece. so so that's easy. But we'll tell them, like, because a lot of people think we're talking jewelry. Not so much. Gold and silver jewelry is completely, totally different. But we're talking more on the face. Women are very, very clear if they prefer goldy, orangey, warm tones or silvery, more cool tones. And that is a really great step to kind of help you guys jump right in with that. And then breaking down the foundations, I'm just want to like put a blanket on a fire real quick. So some of the foundations you may look and be like, oh, there's not that many in matte that I was hoping for. So here's the thing, all is good. Mary Kay, what I'm seeing happen is a blend of olive and yellow. So instead of having nonstop yellows, nonstop olives, and trying all these different colors on people, one bottle pretty much consists of both. So there's no need to have 15 different shades because they are now in one bottle. Does that make sense? So here's the other thing. There's going to be the pigment, you guys. How Heather started this and was talking about change, and she's like, I love it. I'm like, girl, you take it. You can have it. I'm one of those old school. Everything in my house is sentimental. I got a straw I used in the first grade that I still haven't thrown away. I have an issue with change, okay? So I'm owning it, all right? So change really makes me panic quite a bit. So, but here's the thing. The only time when I'm good with change is when it's better. When it's, I have to make a change and I have to go less than what I was just receiving, that's when it's a problem for me. So what I'm realizing is, like you guys know, TimeWise foundations are insane, insane. And that's why there's a mix in with the 3D, because this new 3D skincare line is changing lives night and day. So to think about TimeWise and 3D having a baby and creating color with it is insane, insane, insane. So when you use the Mary Kay skincare, when you use these two products together, you will see results, how do you say, and a finish like you've never seen before. Because all Mary Kay's products are meant to be married together. They're all best friends. And that is not so in every line. So sometimes you get a new product in, mix it with another product, and all of a sudden these two decide they don't want to hang on your face together. They're going to start breaking up. And that's not what you see within this line. You can still use the CC cream underneath these new foundations, and it is amazing. But here's the thing. TimeWise took a step down from full and medium coverage pigment wise, not performance wise. It jumped up like 15% easily, hands down 75%. But the pigments, the colors in the medium and full coverage were very strong. So if it was yellow, it was really yellow. Pink, it was really pink. So in TimeWise, it was like, let's give some color, but not as much as what was in the full and medium coverage foundations. So what's happening now with these new foundations, I'm seeing a massive drop in pigment, which is not a bad thing, which means that everybody should be able to fit in a few tones. That if I accidentally put a pink on, you're not going to notice, neither will I. Does that make sense? Oh, it's amazing. So y'all, take a breath, go on vacation, breathe. Life is about to get easy.
It is true. It looks complicated, and we can very much get bogged down in the amount. Like there are 6 ivories, there's 13 beiges, and there's 9 bronzes. But as I was playing with them these last couple of weeks, I'm like, oh, you could be that. You could be that. You could, like, there's really not a bad decision in there, because once again, let's go back to your word that you used, flexible foundation, flexible on matching as well as actual flexibility, I think could be really good. And because I'm a neutral girl, I was very impressed with the amount of neutrals that we have, and how, like, because in our old TimeWise, there was a couple that you could really play in there. There is a ton that we're going to be able to do some more flexibility with in there. I was
100%.
impressed. Impressed.
100%.
Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so now let's hit the last thing that we're going to talk about is the finish of them, the matte versus luminous, and oily skin, normal skin, dry skin. We are just launching mattes right now. Luminous is going to come later. So right now, what is our best course of action for all of our different skin types, and how are they going to react to them? And talk to us about your experience thus far.
Cool. Well, this is easy. This is easy, easy, easy. And for some of you luminous wearers, all's good, because some people are like, oh no, it's not coming till August. It is all good. We can look at the calendar. And if you guys think calendar time, we're about to go into our hottest season in all states around the country. So even oily girls in the summertime don't love to wear all the luminous, because it can melt right off depending on where you're at in the country. So no need to panic. Luminous is actually coming out in the perfect time that it needs to, which is fall. And that's when our skin really starts to change. So what we're going to do right now was super duper easy. And this gives you full on control. If you have matte skin, girl, you're going to rock this out. No sweat at all. Now, if you are wanting the luminous, I've got a little kind of trick for you. So what you're going to do, you're going to apply your skincare like normal, apply your primer like normal, and go ahead and apply the matte. You're like, oh, yes, girl, trust me, apply the matte. Now, what skincare did you use? What moisturizer did you just finish using? Okay, you're going to take that moisturizer, you're going to use just a little bit on your fingers, no biggie. We're going to rub those bad boys together, and you're gently going to pat apply. Deal? What's amazing about this, you guys, is that now you get to control where you want your luminous at. Cool? So not everybody's going, Hey, yo, I know some buddies that love the luminous and in certain areas, go ahead and switch out and use the matte. So we're just going to kill two birds, one stone. Apply that matte and use that moisturizer on the areas that you like to see that luminous type of shine. And you're done. You're done. There's no need to add different products. There's no need to go hunt and search for anything. That's going to hold you off in a beautiful way all through summer. In August, you'll be ready to rock and roll. Sound good? Oh, I've got to throw this out there for my matte girls. Okay, so some of you matte girls that don't have dry skin like me, y'all are like, ooh, I don't know what she's talking about. For the rest of us girls that are like, hey, we look dry, but we demand matte. Here's the thing. It's all good. No matter what my skin does, I'm always going to wear matte. That's just how I was raised. Sorry, get over it. What we're going to do is with this new brush, especially guys, there's a little secret trick. Cool. And it's not even a secret trick. It's more like, do you want to see how much you can benefit? And it's insane. So you're going to use your skincare. You're going to go ahead and use your primer. But when a dry skin girl, when we are using our moisturizer, sometimes we have a tendency to allow it to absorb, and where you touch the skin and you're like, it's dry again. Don't do that. Let's go ahead and moisturize the face properly. Sound good? We don't want it dripping wet, but we want a nice little slide. And once the primer is on top, those two together, again, it shouldn't be a mixed moisturized mess. It should be that if you touch your skin, you can kind of feel, I don't want to say sticky, but yeah, we want to feel the moisture, if that makes sense. So when you use this brush and the new foundations, it's going to help you slide instead of stamp. The drier the skin is, the more product is going to collect in an area. Does that make sense? So do yourself a favor, dry girls, just hydrate. Don't be scared of it. The girl that's like, I don't wear moisturizer and I love my dry skin. Hear me out, sister. I feel you. I'm with you. But I'm telling you, sometimes when you use a moisturizer, you benefit 1,000 more times with your foundations than you do if you just let the foundation go on dry, raw skin. So just throwing that out there for my dry sisters. I got your back.
Love it. Love it. Well, I'm a oiliest, oily, disgusting, oily. And I'm telling you, I'm not getting that oil anymore throughout the day. Like I'm went to touch up like I normally do, and I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like it's not separating on my face at all. It's so happy. Everybody's gonna be so happy.
I love it. 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 Like Mary Kay, you just solved all my problems, like all of them, all of them. So I appreciate you guys. Go Mary Kay.
Yeah, really they did. They did such a good job on this launch. I hope you guys are as excited as we are, and we'll continue to dive into just testing it and working it with yourself, because the best way to learn is hands-on. Like I will never forget, when we launched the TimeWise foundations multiple years ago, the prior ones, it was the biggest jump in my business that I'd ever seen up into that point, because I wanted to be an expert. I believe that our customers deserve for us to become experts on our product line and on skin and on matching and all of those things. So I would challenge you guys to dive in to become experts. What I did is I did 30 stripe tests, 30 faces, to play with them in a 7-day period. Like I wasn't messing around. I was like, you know what? The more things I can touch, the more people I can put this on, and like, ooh, let's not do this, and ooh, let's do that, and oh, we'll learn, is the better expert you'll become, the more confidence you'll have, and the more you can share that confidence with others. Because like I said, I believe our customers deserve that from us. So dig in, dive in, play. You're going to be so impressed. If Lori and I have gotten our socks rocked, I guarantee your socks are going to be rocked as well. So Lori, any final statements and things you want to say to these lovelies?
Well, I just want to point out, if you all have not noticed, what I've noticed through this, that you got Heather and I who are on totally different ends of the spectrum. She's oily, I'm dry, she loves change, I'm like psycho no. So my thought is, if we're happy and we're on she's way over there and I'm way over here, you guys, I mean, it's heaven in the middle. It is heaven in the middle. Come join us.
I love it. Come join us in heaven,
Right.
because we are in heaven. So thank you guys for watching. We'll continue to answer some of your questions on here and share away. Bye, guys. Thank you,
Bye.
Lori. You're
Thanks,
the
Heather.
best.
I love you.
Love
Mwah.
you.
Bye.